Hey everyone, this is Roy with Cape Fear Family Law. I know that this is a weird time for all of us, as many of us are practicing social distancing by choice or otherwise, and mostly stuck at home. And that goes double for those of us with kids. So what I'm doing today is I've put together a list of, activities and things you can do with the kids to keep them engaged and entertained while we're all stuck inside. So obviously, especially with little kids, they've got a lot of built-up energy that they're not really getting out, not interacting with their friends, no longer playing on their sports teams, the list goes on. So one of the important things to do right now is to make sure they're getting in all the physical activity they need to get in, not only for their own benefit, but so they don't drive you crazy. So what you can do is, there are all kinds of workout videos you can follow and do as a family, things you're designed to be able to do in your living room. One of the things you can even do is yoga, and whether or not you're just starting out with yoga or if you're experienced with it, there are all kinds of videos for all kinds of competency levels you can follow. There are even videos specific for kids that you can do, and I've put the links to some of these below the videos so y'all can give them a try. Now, this is probably going to be my least popular suggestion with all the kids out there, but the other thing you need to be doing while you're stuck inside and social distancing is the kids need to be keeping up with their schoolwork. This is very important that they don't let this break interrupt their education, so make sure you're staying up to date on all schoolwork. And if you're a practicing co-parent, you've also got to make sure that the other parents have access to all these important school things, and that give them access to be able to help out with the schoolwork as well. One of my other recommendations for people to be doing while you're all stuck inside for coronavirus is actually preparing to deal with coronavirus. It's somewhat grim, but one of the things the CDC recommends doing in times like these is to designate a sick room in your household in case someone gets the virus. So what you can do is decide with everyone, what room are you going to designate the sick room, and then everyone get to work, including the kids, on getting it ready, cleaning it, washing the sheets, making sure it's got plenty of supplies, and it would be a good place to spend a long amount of time if anybody has to recover from being sick. The other thing you can do with them right now is, if they're at home all this time, now everyone's got to feed their kids more, no school lunches. They're also home more, which with children means they're making a mess. So this is a great time to teach them to pull their weight and to cook and clean. So I would suggest pick one night a week while we're going through this where dinner is going to be something the kids make. Now, obviously help them with it so it's not terrible, but this is a great time to teach them how to cook, teach them, show them what they need to do to keep the house clean, make sure they're picking up after themselves. This is also going to save you some time too and help you relax a little. Another thing that I thought would be pretty smart to do with this time we all suddenly have, especially for kids, is to teach them something that they're not really teaching kids in school anymore that I think is important, and that's actually writing cursive. So I know a lot of places don't teach cursive so much anymore, and who knows how long we're going to be dealing with this. But one of the things I would suggest is ABC Mouse has a cursive learning program with printouts and things you can do. So I would just take this time with the kids and at a minimum have the kids learn how to write their signatures and be able to put their signature in cursive, because I think that's really important, and no better time than now. One of the other things I was thinking about is that this is going to be a really interesting event to look back on. A lot of people my age always look back towards 9/11 and how crazy that was, and older people tend to think about the JFK assassination. There's a chance that your kids are going to sort of look back at this coronavirus thing similarly. What I would recommend, especially for older kids, this might be a really interesting time to start journaling or keeping a diary about the whole experience. Not only is it going to help them, vent out some of their thoughts and feelings while they deal with all this, but it'll also be really interesting for them to be able to look back on here in a few years and think about that time that they were stuck inside with their family for months. So everyone, those are my suggestions. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy out there. If you try any of these out, or if you have any other suggestions, please feel free to leave us a comment and let us know what you guys did to pass this time. Have a good one.